Hello everyone, and Madayaw! It's me, Teacher Maita. Welcome to another video. This is collaborative classroom tools. There are many classroom tools out there, but we're going to be focusing on three. We're going to be using Jamboard, Padlet, and Canva in the e-classroom setting. Now, these three classroom settings are for online schooling. So if you are a teacher on the online, an online teacher, or if you are a homeschooling parent, this video is for you. Now, this is a typical classroom scene. We'd like to see these kids talking to one another, playing with one another, learning with the teacher. We hope this is what we get. Unfortunately, this is our new reality. I hate to say it, but this is our new reality right now. It's no joke. I'm an online teacher. I've been doing online since the pandemic, and prior to the pandemic, we were a hybrid program. So we went to school Monday and Tuesday, and the rest of the week is for the kids to complete their works. So this is what we see behind the scenes. These are the kids. Some of them would turn on their camera, some of them not, but some of them who are bold enough to turn on their camera, you see this, a messy room, kid lying down sprawled. You have to call them out and tell them to sit up straight and listen. Things aren't so fun anymore. And let's face it, classroom nowadays, it's not your typical classroom. I mean, what actually defines a classroom nowadays? For our school, we have decided that we're not going to go back to a brick and mortar school. We're going to be online forever because the online setting, our style of online, actually works for certain types of kids. Yes, there are a handful who just can't cope, but perhaps they're not the target audience or the target market for our school. They're not the type of students that should be going to our style of school. So there's that type of classroom. What type of classroom is yours? What is this new normal? Right now, they're trying to say new normal, but what exactly is that? We're not yet there. That is something I can say because every little COVID scare, every little new variant, things close up, things happen, new government issued stuff, things to do, things not to do, restrictions and all that. So what is the new normal? We're not yet there. But what about the classroom? We cannot stop the education of our students. They have to still go on, still continue their education so that they could be a productive member of society. We're not going to have a lull of 1 or 2 years because we're waiting for our kids to graduate. No, they need to have a sense of normalcy, and therefore they're going to have to continue schooling. So what defines this new classroom? New classrooms right now, yeah, they're online. Even if they're not, there is a healthy mix, no, healthy mix of online. Let me show you how we do our classroom. This is what we ideally want. This is what we want. Like the teacher's there talking, the student is here listening, she'll take notes, she'll answer back if she needs to, ask questions if she needs to. We're hoping this is what we want, ideally. We get this. Half of them open their video, half of them don't. But I love my students nonetheless. I don't know if they're listening to me. I pray that they do. So let's start with one of the tools, shall we? First is Padlet.com. So you head on to Padlet.com and open yourself a free account. It is very easy. You either log in with your email account or you could just sign up for free. It's easy. The next one we're going to be talking about is Canva.com. Same, you can open a free version, and there's so much to do even with just the free version. Then you have jamboard.google.com. As long as you have a Gmail account, you're good. If you don't, just open one. You're good. So jamboard.google.com. It is a Google product. Now, these application, these programs, there's so many things to do with them. These aren't limited to what I have listed here, like Canva. You can make presentations, videos, posters, book covers, social media ads, documents even, and more. Padlet, you can make inspiration boards, scrapbook, timeline, maps, things like that. It's got its different uses in Padlet too. Jamboard, primarily used as a whiteboard, but because of the applications in there that you could use, like adding pictures, putting textures, backgrounds, shapes, drawing tools, and sticky notes. So it's different. It doesn't have to stay a whiteboard. So what do these sites have to do with classrooms? Why am I telling you guys about these three websites that are actually applications? What do they have to do with classrooms? They are easy to do or easy to use. They're fun, they're creative, and they actually enhance the learning of the kids. Best of all, these three applications that I've shown you are actually very collaborative, because the 21st century classroom has to be collaborative. That's one of those what's this when they're looking at schools, when they're seeing if the students learn something, if the student know how to collaborate with other people, they do really well out in the real world. This is true. Me coming from an art industry and a tech industry, that is very apparent. People who cannot collaborate, nobody wants to work with them. Why? Because these things cannot be done by one person. It is hard, especially if you're meeting a deadline. So you're working with one or two artists, you're working with a back-end programmer, front-end programmer, you have a project manager on top of you. You have to contend with what the HR sets for the rules. You have to talk to the clients, and the clients not just one. There's like level of the clients, and they have managers to approve, disapprove, and stuff. And there's a lot of people involved. And if you don't know how to collaborate, then you're not going to go very far in any industry that you choose. Now, using these three tools as a teacher, I'm hoping that I am helping my kids collaborate, or at least learn to cooperate with each other. I'm going to give you some examples later, by the way. Here is Jamboard. It's easy to use, so you click the plus button to make a new board. This is how the board will look like. It does look like a whiteboard. So it's a rectangular whiteboard. You can't choose the dimensions yet, but you can give it a name. So we're gonna say class Jamboard. You can add photos, so you can Google the photo, get in your Google Drive, your camera, a URL, or you could just upload. So I'm gonna upload a picture. I'm gonna upload a painting actually. So I teach art, so I like to put art stuff. So example, this is just an example, of course. You can use whatever photo that you need to use for your class. So let me put this here. Let's say I'm gonna write a sticky note here. Unusual fruits and flowers of Davao. So let's say that's what we're gonna be painting. Everyone's gonna be painting that. I'm gonna be putting it here. Okay, so there. So did you see that, the sticky tool? You can even customize the color of your sticky tool. So if you're working with other students or other teachers even, you can tell them, all right, if the sticky note is yellow, it's teacher this one, or student that one. If you're using a pink sticky note, it's this one. If you're doing a blue sticky note, it's another person. So you can do that. You can even draw. And if you don't like your drawing, you can erase it. Okay, then you can put text. So you can have text here. So I'll write, type your ideas here. So let's say I'm giving these to the kids. By the way, if you want your kids to share this Jamboard with you, you will click the share button. You see that there? That share button with a padlock. You get the link, get an editable link and send it to the kids. And they can do this real time with you when you're brainstorming with them. Next tool, this is Padlet. I use it for my students in art. They can put their artworks here. It serves as our gallery and also a place where they can submit. So I just tell them, please make sure that you put your name there because it's hard to give a name to Nikki Studio or whatever they want to put name because you can put a name there. Anyway, so as you can see here, there are like hearts, people can comment. So that's the nice thing about Padlet. So you can add a comment. So you can tell them nice work or needs work or this is good or lighting's bad. So you can give a comment. Anyone can give a comment. Anyone who has the link can give a comment. And of course, the students that you have in your class, when you give them the link, they can give hearts to each other as well as the comments. Next, we have Canva. So this, I was doing cover photos with my students. So each one of them made their own cover photos there. So the page number is actually their name. So I told them, put your name there so I know who owns who in case they don't want to put their name in the book cover design. So they can pick a template and modify it or make one from scratch. Also, you can notice that I can actually comment on their works. By the way, same thing with Jamboard and Padlet. You see that share button? Click the share button and then go to copy link and make sure it's an editable format. And you give those to the kids so they can edit their works. So here are some examples of how you can use these activities. They're not limited to this. I'm just giving some suggestions. So let's say for Canva, you can, as a class, do a magazine together. So you can assign a content for each student. You can even make collaborative videos. We have done that before. So you can ask the students to make one or two slides each that you will turn into a video, because that's a nice thing about Canva, which I'm using, by the way. You can save what you're doing as a PDF, series of JPEGs and PNG, a PowerPoint presentation, or an MP4, a video. So you can turn ordinary slides into video. So it's very useful and it's very nice, actually. You can make presentations together, or you can assign students like, all right, groupings or pairings, and then they will collaborate together to make a presentation or make a report or something like that. So there's so many things to do in Canva. You can do all sorts of things. And because of the share button, it has become very collaborative. Then for Padlet. For Padlet, you can make a class inspiration board. We have done that before. I wasn't able to share with you some pictures, but I made a Padlet just for that, and I asked everyone to put their ideas in there so they can upload a YouTube video, or pictures, and even quotes. They can even upload some quotes. Or you can use it as a submission page. Let's say you want them to submit their work via Padlet. They can do that too. That way you have everybody's there, and you can use that as like a gallery. So you make another link, a link that is not an editable link, just a view-only link, and you send that to the parents, other schoolmates, and yeah, whoever needs to see that gallery. Then for Jamboard. So Jamboard, there are other applications aside from using it as a whiteboard. You can make a class collage. You can use Jamboard to collaborate on ideas. So there are so many things. And yes, you can share it as a PDF or a JPEG. So yeah, with those share buttons, there's so many things you can do to just these three applications. By the way, I use all three in class. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two. Thank you once again, and I hope you can catch me in my next video. This video was made using the following programs. Thank you, everyone, and I hope to connect with you. You can connect with me via my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or here on my YouTube channel. I have two, this one, Teacher Maita, and Maita's Masquerade. Thank you all, and I hope you can like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all once again, and see you soon.